Hi, in this video I'm going to be making stone settings for the eyes of my slime shady pendant. I was speaking to someone a little while ago and they said that a lot of what people are looking for is engagement rings, so I added this in to help us get some practice. For the stone settings I followed Andrew Berry's tutorial, which was a massive help. For the gemstones I used a red colour, which is the same as in the background of the Slime Shady album art. For the big one I used 3mm square wire and I squared off the end. Here I used the bottom of the file to remove the burr that was on there, and then I sanded it. For my markings, I scribed 1.5mm down the length of each face and then scribed 4mm down the width. I then began my cut on the 1.5mm marks on the corners, and I pushed the blade forwards a few times, which helped get the cut going before I started properly. After beginning my cuts and making sure they were all in line, I cut directly down. To finish in the cuts, I used my work knife and opened them up. These were actually the claws for the setting, and these were what was going to keep hold of the stone. I used some sandpaper to remove the file marks on the top of the claws, and then I used a file and sandpaper on the inside to remove the saw marks. At this point I would have pre-polished the inside, but because I don't have a flexi shaft and I don't have any of the proper bits for the Dremel, I just left it, and I will have to just go over them lightly on the big mop before I actually set the stones. I just went on each one of the claws and I made a file mark in it a little more than halfway where the stone actually lay. Now I want to setting. The claws were already bent back a little too much, So I started by working my way from the bottom up to the top. I put the stone in and then I started closing the claws carefully. I just kept doing it until I eventually reached the top where the claws would actually go over the stone. After setting the stone, I destroyed it because it wasn't good enough and started all over again. After destroying the setting, I did the whole thing over again until I was happy with it, but this time I didn't set the stone because I actually had to solder it to the mask. But I cut it off and dropped it and spent 10 minutes looking all over the floor for it. This is what it should look like when it's all completely done for the eyes. I did try to get as best as I could, but I'm not a photographer. Was to solder the settings to the eyes, and this was why I put the backings on the eyes of the mask so that the settings could actually sit on top of them. And that's it for this video. I am still working on it, but it is a nightmare. I've had to remove the ear. The strap isn't looking too bad, it just looks like another bit of the hair, so I might leave it, and I might have to remove the beard as well because it just isn't sitting right. I was also thinking about blackening it, but I don't have the stuff for it. But I'll try it anyways and see how it looks, and if that doesn't work I'll have to just remove it and it'll just be beardless and hairless. But before that I did make another chain just before this, all the silver for this came. I can't pronounce the name of it. It's a cable with the long links in, and I actually did make it specifically for this pendant. But if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you shortly.